Hey everybody, so you're seeing me today, a very tired traveler who simply could not wait to tell you all about her weekend. This weekend I went down to Kenting to a music festival called Spring Scream. I went with a massive group of my friends here and met a ton more, and I just had the absolute best time. It was just super amazing. So I'm here to tell you a couple of stories and give you a vibe of what I just did in my 4-day weekend. I did post another video, which you've already seen, of me hanging out with Kirsty and Adayuna on the beach in the sunset. That was the first day, and it just got better and better from there. So this music festival covered an extensive range of musical styles. I can't even explain it. It was like, so on one stage over here we have the screamo death metal happening, but if you walk just 500 meters that way, then you're going to end up at the stage with the poppy boy band going to town. And just up the hill over there, there's a couple of Japanese chicks in costumes rocking out the guitar. And I had the best time listening to music that I normally would not listen to. And then, secondly, finding music that I actually will totally listen to. And in fact, it was listening to about 2 seconds ago. Why did it stop? There we go. I was like, yeah, I guess it's a soundtrack today, and then the music wasn't playing. Anyway, what I'm currently listening to right now is Red Nova, which is a Swedish band. I don't exactly know what category they fall into, but they're awesome. And I met the guys and hung out with them a lot this weekend, and they were really, really cool. So you should check them out. The Bolins were another band that was amazing, and I bought their CD, and I'm just super jazzed about it. So the music of the music festival itself was awesome and a ton of fun, and we just got to jump around and dance like idiots and just have a little blast. We camped right in the festival site, so which was a lot of fun, because you didn't have to go anywhere, you could just stay right there the whole time, and it was amazing. So we did that. Sorry, we can do that. One take wonders. This zooms in really far on my face for some reason when I do video. I got a new phone, by the way, so I have my arm is fully extended so that I'm not super zoomed in, and it's really annoying. My arm's getting tired. Sorry, you didn't need to know that. Anyway, so it basically was just a whole bunch of really awesome people hanging out for 4 days, just chilling. Hilariously, I don't know if I mentioned this in my vlog about Hualien and Taroko Gorge when I went there for Chinese New Year, but we continuously ran into the same couple of foreigners. Great guys named John and JD and some of their friends. And we met them in Hualien, we met them again in Taroko Gorge. They camped next to us accidentally. We saw them on the hiking trails. We saw them the whole time we were traveling. So I'm walking into Spring Scream now. This is a good 2 months later or something. I didn't keep in contact with these guys. We didn't get their line or their Facebook or anything. Just kind of let it go. I'm walking into the gate, my very first moments there, and who should walk up to me but John? John and JD, the same foreigners, are at this festival. So we're like, what? That's so crazy. So cool to see you. Whatever. That's amazing. You're stalking me. Whatever. So, we go and get our tickets or whatever covered, and we get in, and we're looking for a spot to pitch our tents, and it's hot. It is warm. It's 87 degrees. And we're like, we need to find a nice shady spot for our tents. We're like, ooh, there's one, grab it. So we go and we pitch and we start setting down our tents. And we look over, and guess who we were setting our tents up next to? Yep, John and JD. They were now our tent neighbors. And it was just so ridiculous. They're really cool guys, so we got to hang out with them a bunch this weekend. It was just a very chill vibe of the festival. I'm having a hard time explaining it. There were just when I was thinking music festival, I was thinking tons of crowds and crazy and just people going nuts, and there's probably gonna be frat bros or something. I don't know. but it was nothing like that. Everyone was super, super genuine. There were like hammocks in the shade, you can go chill in. People were like just sitting around, playing cards, doing whatever, listening to music, getting some food, having a drink, whatever. Super, super chill. Was the coolest thing. I can't even describe to you like how cool I thought this concept was. Some people had set up this gazebo-esque, not gazebo, whatever, kind of tent with like the whole thing was covered in like nice rugs and padding, and there were like tapestries on all the tent walls and stuff. And well, I think it was like hung rugs to make the walls anyway. Some people called it the Morocco tent. We called it the sharing tent because they had a sign out front saying, "Come share your gifts." So you could come and you could bring anything and just contribute it to the general welfare of those hanging out in the tent and partake of the gifts other people brought. I mean, and that could be anything from going and helping someone with their yoga practice or giving a massage or just sharing a bag of Doritos that you smuggled in past security. Guess which one I did? So it was just a really, really cool concept. And even if you didn't know the people who had the tent up, it didn't matter. You just came and hung out and met cool people. And that's exactly what I did. And I met some really awesome, great friends doing that, who I had a blast hanging out with. It was just a really, really cool concept. And it was also like the most comfortable tent on in the campgrounds. It was like open so the breeze could go through and it was shady. It was a good place to be. Good place to be in the sharing tent. The other thing, the very last night actually, they were doing this all 3 nights of the concert, and I didn't go for some reason. I missed this somehow until the last night. But there was a open jam session, is I think what they called it. I don't know. But they basically just had a ton of instruments laying around, and people brought their own, and someone would just pick something up and just start playing like a chord progression or some kind of melody line, whatever it was, and other people would just pick up an instrument and join in. So the whole thing just like kept progressing and getting more and more like just cooler. Everyone was really like contributing to the music. It was completely improvised. There was nothing set. I mean, there was like guitars and ukuleles and the little eggs with rice in them that you shake, make that ch-ch-ch noise, and tambourines and a trombone and the clarinet and the xylophone, like a bass. It was intense. And if you couldn't play an instrument, then some people were dancing and some people were singing and making up just words and improvising and riffing, and it was really cool. But I have never made music like that before. I'm not very particularly good at improv. Just not something I've had a lot of practice with or really learned how to do. But it was such a like chill, judgment-free thing. Is just everyone making music together and just having fun. And it was so cool. It was really an amazing experience for me. And I stayed there for a very long time. In fact, until approximately 5:30 in the morning when I finally went to bed. The thing is, I went to bed that night in the sharing tent, just because me and some friends were going to sleep there because it was more comfortable. Now, it's a very good thing that I did this, and here's why. Just around 5 or 5:30, it started to rain. And not just rain, a typhoon blew in. So we were just drenched in a torrential downpour. I woke up the next morning and stayed in the sharing tent for a while, hoping that it would pass. And of course it didn't because it's a typhoon. So eventually I just had to face it and get soaked and go and check out my very flooded and waterlogged tent. All of my clothes, everything I had, completely soaked through. I'm like, oh. This is the morning that we're supposed to leave. So we have to try and like pack up all of our stuff in the pouring rain and wind and it was a mess. So when we went home today, which my friend Jay was amazing and let us ride home with him in his car because we didn't have to take the train, I was still completely like soaking wet. I had no dry clothes. I mean, it's a very long way down south. We're the very southern tip of Taiwan. Like literally, you can't go any farther south than where we were. They have a little like gazebo area and everything. You can go and say, "Oh, this is the southernmost point of Taiwan." Anyway, so it's a long drive back up here in wet jean shorts. I've never felt more disgusting than when I walked in that door. Because, let me tell you about the shower situation where we were staying. Okay, so the showers were not actual showers, but in fact, a faucet continuously dripping into a large plastic bucket with a ladle. So you could ladle cold water onto yourself for your shower. Now, if that's fine. I can handle that. I can deal with that. But as I'm waiting in line for the shower, I looked up to the light fixture and saw what had already been identified to me by my friend Caitlin as a death hornet. Now, the name, it sounds very intimidating, but don't worry. They won't actually kill you if they sting you. They'll just send you to the hospital. They're about this long, and they're red, and they're black, and they're terrifying. And there one was, building a nest directly above the showers. It was great. I've never been more terrified whilst bathing in my life. So, that combined with walking around in the sunshine and heat and dirt and going to the beach and the sea and the salt water and the sand, we were just a mess by the time we got home. But, yeah, it was amazing. I mean, and there were definitely, it's less stunning points, like getting, soaked in a typhoon. My poor friend Chrisanne, I don't know what she walked through or bit her or what, had an allergic reaction and had to go to the hospital. She's fine, she's okay. She came back for the end of the festival, but she had to go to the hospital for part of it. So that happened, but that was really our only big casualty. Everything else was pretty okay. Yeah, it was a really, really good couple of days. I think it was the most fun that I've had since being in Taiwan. It was just a really, really good time with really good people. Everyone was really chill and excited to meet new people, and they're all travelers. But it was really cool because it wasn't all foreigners. It was like a pretty even split of foreigners and Taiwanese natives. It was really, really cool. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to stop just ranting. That's getting on a 12-minute video again. I'm sorry, I know I like to do really long videos, and you really don't care about most of these stories. But it was a really, really good time, and I don't regret a thing. So anyway, cheers to all of you who were with me and helped make it memorable. I don't know, here's some more adventures. I'll post pictures real soon. I promise. I know it's been like 2 months since I posted anything on this blog. I'm real sorry. I'll get to it. It's there. For now, it's late and I'm going to go to bed. So, good night, my friends. Thanks for following and watching. Bye.